Today's our topic is about aggregate functions. Yesterday we have seen different categories of functions. Functions generally categorized into two categories, that are scalar functions and multi-row functions, or else they are also called as group functions, right? So scalar functions are single row functions. Examples are date and time functions. They will give only one row, one column at a time without taking group of values. So that's what they are called, scalar functions. So scalar functions examples are single row functions, that are date and time functions. All date and time functions comes under scalar functions. And second one is group functions are multi-row functions. Aggregate functions are the best examples for multi-row functions, right? Aggregate functions are the best examples for multi-row functions or group functions, because they act upon the group of values. Means they act upon the group of values, means they act upon the single column, and they'll give single row, single value, but the action is performed on the group of values. That's what they are called as multi-row functions or group functions, right? So you will get 1 mark or 2 marks questions from this example, that they will give the different types of functions, asking you to which type of functions they are, like scalar functions or multi-row functions are also called as group functions, or else they'll give write any two example functions which are single row functions, right? So these type of questions you are going to get. So but today's concept is very important concept. Yesterday even we discussed about the aggregate functions, but today we are going to discuss aggregate functions with execution part with MySQL programming. Okay, first let us recap the aggregate functions. What are the aggregate functions we have? The aggregate functions are 5 aggregate functions, that are sum of, minimum, maximum of, average of, count of functions. These are the 5 aggregate functions, right? So some function will returns, what it is returning? It is returning sum of the given column. Minimum will return minimum of the given column. Maximum of the given column, max function. Average value, and returns number of records, that is count. There is a difference between count and count star. I'll discuss count and count star later. So first let us take this example. So in this example, select sum pay from employee, it displays the total salary, and we can see both at a time. In these two examples we already discussed these examples, right? Even this one also, it is going to display the minimum salary and maximum salary. I'll show the outputs, how we are going to get outputs whenever you are applying these functions, right? Average pay, say this is very important point, note down point, that is about the count and count star. Count, and you are mentioning the column name. What you are mentioning? The column name. So you are mentioning a column name. Whenever you are mentioning the column name, that column rows will be counted and nulls will be eliminated, right? Nulls will be eliminated. I'll show the example so that it is very clear to you. Count star, we are not at all mentioning the column name. Here we are not at all mentioning the column name. So it counts number of records, number of tuples in a table. It never counts the, it is going to include the null values. It includes the null values also. Simple. Count star counts the number of records. Count column name will count the records, counts the records which are not null, okay, because we are mentioning the column name. So these are also called as group functions, right? It is acting upon the group, okay, right? And generally count star, count star, you will get 2 mark or 1 mark questions. So definite questions you will get. They'll give the table and they'll give 2 queries, like count star and count what is the output of this particular query, they will ask you. So be careful whenever this type of questions are asking in the exam, right? And one more very important topic, today we are going to discuss aggregate functions with group by class. Group by class with aggregate functions help you to apply the conditions, and so that we can find out the according to the group wise, like according to the cities, locations, according to the company names, we can find out how much expenditure you are spending. So all these are done with group by. So these aggregate functions and group by are very very important for 12th grade. This is your 12th grade beginning topic. 12th grade beginning topic. Already you learn about the commands, that is there in 11th. Even we recapped the all the commands. Now aggregate functions are there in your 12th grade. Even we learn in 11th also, right? And you are going to learn a new concept called group by. Group by is not there in 11th, and today we are going to discuss about the group by also with the help of aggregate functions. We already learned about order by. Order by also is also one of the important concept. You will get 1 mark or 2 marks questions from that order by. Okay, so what are the aggregate functions? 5 aggregate functions are there: sum, minimum, max, average, count. These are the aggregate functions we have, right? So let us see the outputs. What outputs we are getting with this aggregate functions. Parallelly we can see the names also. We'll check it out. I'll show the outputs. Okay, now let us go with the next one with an example aggregate functions I want to show you, right? Here let us see this example, friends. Aggregate functions and null values. Aggregate functions and null values, this is very important, right? Null values. See this table. In this table we have a salary values, group of salary values here, that is the values are null, 4500, null 3500 and 4000. So whenever you are writing the functions, aggregate functions, we are applying on the column called salary column. Whenever you are applying the aggregate functions on salary column, what are the answers you are getting? The first one, select some salary from EMP. What is the answer you are getting? The total salaries, that is 12,000, 4,500, 3,500, 8,000, 8,000 plus 4,000, 12,000, exactly right. And average, let us say average, an average you will get for 4,000, 12,000 by 4, you will get a 4,000. Okay, so this answer you are going to get. How many records are there? You are using star here, students. You are using star. How many records? 5 records. E1, E2, E3, E4, E5. 5 records. No matter which column it is, it simply counts the number of records. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is not considering the salary. It is considering the complete table. How many records are there? Right? Okay. Then even you are written all the values as a null. Also it is going to included in the count star, students, right? Then now see maximum and minimum value. Minimum value, what is the minimum value among the salary? We are mentioning the columns here, column names. Observe all columns are there for all the functions. Only count star is not having the column name. Now what is the answer you are getting? See, maximum is 4,500, exactly 4,500 you are getting, right? Minimum 3,500, yes, 3,500. Average 4,000, yes. So this is the way it is going to work. All the aggregate functions. So nulls are especially we can mention about the nulls. We are mentioning the nulls. Wait, I'll tell you. We are mentioning the nulls where we are mentioning in the salary. In the salary we are mentioning the nulls. See, here you have a null, here you have a null, but count star will even it is counting the null values also. We'll check it out with the other examples whenever we are doing the practicals, what count and count star does and how these aggregate functions will works whenever you are grouping the values. We'll see with the example, students, right? So we'll go with that concept. See, this is a practical part I executed in order to explain easily. I converted this one into the PDF and I am explaining to you. Check it out here. Okay, see, I created the database called Office database. What is the database? The database name is Office database, right? Office Office database, OFFICE, Office database I was created. Okay, then among with the help of Office database, I used the Office database. Now, okay, the database name is Office database. Then within the Office database, I created the table called employee table. What is the table name? What is the table name, students? I will highlight this point. Okay, the table name is, okay, what is the table name? Okay, the table name is employee is the table name. What is the table name? Employee. The table name is employee. Okay, employee. I created the table called employee with four columns, that is employee ID, e-name, EID, e-name, salary and city. And I inserted the four records. Observe this. Insert into employee EID, e-name, salary, city column list I am mentioning here, right? This part I am mentioning the column list, followed by the values. See students, I am mentioning the values here, group of values at a time I am mentioning. See the first pair of values, 10 J, 10,000 Delhi. Other one is 11 Raj, 20,000 Mumbai. Next one is 12 Ram, 30,000 Delhi. Two employees are there from Delhi. 13 Aman, 40,000 Hyderabad. So two employees from the Delhi. So after creating that, and see, we don't have a duplications here, zero duplications, and four records are there. These are the four records, right? So select star from employee will displays the list of employee details, all the employee details with their values, right? You are having a values here. Now I am working on the different functions. I am using different functions here. First one, I am using the function called sum function. Students, see, sum function. Okay, select sum of salary. I am acting upon the salary. Select sum of salary from employee. It will display a table with only one column with only one value, that is sum salary 10,000. Sum salary 10,000. We can rename this sum salary with the help of alias names. Already we learned about alias names, like select sum salary as here we have to write select sum salary as within the double quotations total salary from double quotations close from employee. I repeat, select sum salary as double quotations total salary double quotations close from employee. Instead of this name, means sum salary, will get total salary. So in this way also we can rename. Already we learned about renaming alias names, we have learned. So this is called alias name, students. So in this way it is going to work, that is sum function. Okay, right. And then so among the functions we have seen the first function, that is sum function. Let us go with the next one, next example. I want to discuss about the next example, students. Now see the second example. Wait. Okay, in this example what I am doing is, okay, see carefully, select average. So MySQL is a default prompt, everybody knows this. MySQL is a default prompt. Select average of salary, AVG of salary, AVG only, don't write average complete spelling, you will get an error. Salary from employee semicolon. It gives the employee, wait, it gives the employee details and their salary, average salary. Okay, the average salary is 25,000. The average salary is 25,000. I given 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 and 40,000. 40 plus 30, 70, 70 plus 70 plus 20, 80, 90, 90 plus 10, total 1 lakh. So by 4, 1 lakh by 4 you will get 25,000, right? So no problem with this one. Now see maximum salary. What is the maximum salary? Select max salary from employee. Select max salary from employee. You will get an answer. What is the answer? 40,000. This is an answer you are getting. Suppose here if I written select name comma max salary from employee, what will be the answer? Select max salary from employee, what will be the answer? We will get two columns. The first column will display the name of the employee, e-name. It displays the e-name, right? Second one, well, wait, employee name, it displays the employee name. Okay, I'll write and explain to you, so that it displays the table. We'll have a table. In this table two columns will be generated. The first column is tells about e-name. Okay, it tells about the e-name. it tells about the e name. Second one, it tells about the max salary. Second one tells about the, this is tells about the max salary, max, max I'm writing. Okay, this tells about the name, e name, it tells about the e name and max salary. So both the columns will be displayed, only one name will get and only one value will get. So these aggregate functions will also act upon the columns as well as group of columns also will get both the answers at a time. Okay, so this is a way we can find out who is getting maximum salary, who is getting minimum salary, students. So right, so means whenever you are writing the column name, that column will be displayed with the maximum salary value, a minimum salary value and some salary also. Even I executed that examples also, I'll show you, because we have a different cities. I want to find out the expenditure of the employees, means salaries expenditure based on their location. Okay, now see this example. In this example, max salary is finished. Now minimum salary, select min salary from employee. Employee will get minimum salary, right? So that is 10,000 is the minimum salary. So alias name also we can give, like select min of salary, we are mentioning the column name as double quotation minimum salary double quotations close from employee. Instead of this name, it gives you minimum salary, it is 10,000, students, right? Okay, so maximum minimum is finished. Now next function I want to show you.